Welcome to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Jeff Rappaport.
And our guest today is Dan O'Hare.
What's up?
I remembered that much.
You did?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, ask this man some questions.
Yeah.
Tell the people who he is.
Dan O'Hare is a studio guy.
Studio guy.
Studio.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Plays bass, I think, too, right?
In the band Total Fucking Destruction.
He played bass in Old Head.
Yeah, and he's also... See? Are you going to talk or am I going to talk?
Well, if you want to keep disseminating falsehoods.
What's the falsehood? You had a studio.
Big words.
I played bass in Old Head and lead guitar in Total Fucking Destruction.
There you go.
Did I say any instruments?
Yeah,
I said
bass in...
I said you played
TFD.
bass. And then
He said
you
bass.
said you played bass in Old Head.
I said studio. This is really
This whole thing
confusing.
is designed to confuse me.
Yes. I said your name was Pam.
Sweat.
He can play everything.
Yeah. Your name's not Pam, is it?
No.
Okay.
Last time I checked.
Now, you do have a studio.
I do.
Okay. And that is where Metal Rules, our theme song, was conceived in your studio.
Aw.
That's true, yes.
And you sang backing vocals even on that song as well.
I believe so.
Yeah. Now, what I was wondering is, was it hard finding projects that met that kind of excitement after that?
Absolutely.
Really?
Most projects I dread. I dread every single one of them now. In terms of sheer amusement, there's been a couple that rival the Metal Rules theme song.
Really?
Yes. Triple X Maniac recording sessions tend to get insane. But that band doesn't really exist anymore, so I'm going to have to say Metal Rules theme song still takes it as far as just the emotional rapture that occurs in a recording session. It's the top, the pinnacle.
Nice. With that, do you have any studio stories that were just, they befuddled you when somebody came in? You like stumped you? Like, what are they doing? What am I going to do with that?
Anytime Rich Hoke steps into my studio,
Yeah.
it's just a world of bewilderment.
All right.
Yeah, every time that happens.
Nice.
What kind of projects? I know you just did the Rumpelstiltskin Grinder record, Ghostmaker.
The new Rumpelstiltskin Grinder record is done. It's been mastered and delivered to the label, so I think that's going to be released sometime in July or June. Not quite sure. But I'm finishing up another project called Ashen Cold right now, which is...
Is that Sean's band too?
It is Sean. Sean from Rumpelstiltskin Grinder plays guitar and bass in that band. With Enrique from Vulcan on drums. And it's a nice little thrash black metal masterpiece with distinct Philly flair that we all love, of course. So I'm looking forward to finishing that up. The mix is going to start. We're done tracking. The mix starts soon.
Are you working on anything else right now?
Right now, I tentatively have another project that I think it's going to be a little more rock and roll as opposed to metal. A little more drunken rock and roll, that type of thing.
Billy Joel.
A little harder than Billy Joel. I would love to record Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel.
Of course.
Yes.
Missing Persons?
Yeah, man. Billy Joel. Doesn't have the voice he used to, but...
Who does?
Exactly.
Now, is it harder to work on your own projects than other people's projects?
I find it much easier to work on my own projects. The hardest thing about operating a recording studio is that is managing the band's expectations and what they want out of the whole process. So if you take that element away and it's my own project, then I don't have to answer to anybody, and it just goes real quick. So.
But are you like a real stickler? Like you want is it hard to say this is perfect now?
I try not to be too much of a perfectionist because perfection doesn't matter really. It's more about the execution of the performance and the attitude and getting across what you want to get across. Who cares if it's perfect or not? So, my opinion is that perfection is overrated, and we should all be concentrating more on the immediate effect of music instead of drawing it out and making it perfect and just molding it into something that it wasn't originally. It should stand on its own as an immediate visceral reaction that is music pouring out of somebody's guitar or drums. So perfection, not so much. But that's me.
Yeah.
Other projects, of course, need perfection. Like Old Head is a precise finely tuned performance machine that demanded the utmost quality control. So that is a perfect record. This guy right here, you might have looked at this. That's a perfect record. Check that out. If you like mayhem, that's where Total Fucking Destruction comes into play. It's all about the attitude in mayhem.
Yeah, I was just asking you, is that the message of Total Fucking Destruction?
The message of Total Fucking Destruction is could really be explained better by Rich Hoke. Of course, it's his brainchild. He might be here later, so we might talk to him. He may be here. I hear he's taking a helicopter here right now.
Nice. I hope he can make it.
But basically, the idea of Total Fucking Destruction is we all know the world's ending slowly, just on a downward spiral of awfulness. So instead of lamenting it or trying in vain to fix it, we've decided, hey, let's just go with the party. We're gonna ride it down till it explodes in a big fiery sun, immolation. It's gonna be awesome. But the whole time that's happening, TFD will be playing nonstop until people make us stop playing. Which is impossible.
So speaking of Total Fucking Destruction, what's the secret of the 1 minute song?
Secret of the 1 minute song?
Yeah. What do you have to do to achieve the 1 minute song?
In my mind, every song is a 1 minute song. It's just a matter of how fast you play it. Most of the crap music on modern rock radio, there's 2-3 different riffs in it, maybe 5. And
it needs serious editing.
And they play it 4 or 5 times.
I see.
Oh, let's do the chorus twice here. No, let's do this bridge that lasts forever. No, forget that.
Minimalist, huh?
Well, if the riff is good, it should stand on its own and only be repeated the number of times it needs to be repeated. So really, we'll cram 7 different riffs into a 30-second song, whereas Nickelback will play 3 riffs over 5.5 awful minutes. So really, what's the best bargain for your money? That's Total Fucking Destruction. If you really like the riff that much, hit rewind and play it again.
It's true. It's only a minute of your time.
Yeah. What do you got to lose?
Seriously.
People have sat through longer commercials than TFT songs. No excuse.
That's true.
Yeah. What can you tell the world about yourself that would surprise everyone?
I love to dance.
Really?
No, not at all. I hate dancing, and I only dance after I've had way too much vodka or tequila. Or really anything that's not beer makes me dance. So don't ever hand me anything besides beer, or I'm going to bust a move.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Hard stuff gets you moving.
Yeah, and vomiting.
Go get the vodka, David.
Yeah, no.
I want to see this man dance.
No, I'm going to switch up here.
Oh, there you go. Right to the heavy stuff.
I'm just going to switch to my old faithful.
So what would be your... So what would surprise is, that's your big surprise, is that you dance if you're drunk, but is there another surprise? Something... Do you cry during romance movies, or do you cuddling?
I hate romance movies.
Bambi.
I hate romance movies. I cried during Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Nice.
During what part?
The part where he says, "That's not pillows."
The part where he reveals his wife is dead.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That was incredibly sad. And if
Spoiler
I just
alert.
ruined it for you out there,
yeah,
I'm sorry, but you already missed the boat. It's a fantastic movie.
Spoiler alert.
Plus
Spoiler
that movie's
alert.
20 years old.
I know, everybody's going to get mad at me now on the blogosphere. I'm going to ruin the ending to a John Candy classic.
Don't worry. You could say anything on the internet, and there will be one troll that says, "Ooh, you're a jerk."
I am one of those trolls.
Oh, you're the guy?
You're the one that's making fun of Josh every week.
One of my favorite pastimes is going to your mainstream news websites like CNN, MSNBC, one of those awful things, and just clicking on a headline that is just extremely controversial. Not even read the article. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, because by the time I've read the headline, I already made up my mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. I'll go down to the bottom, add comment, and I'll just blast some ridiculous internet, horrible, just generalized trash on the page, and just see the people that respond, and it's just nonstop entertainment, really.
There's a line in the Batman movie where Michael Caine says some people just like to watch the world burn. I think he was talking about you.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
You like that, huh?
Well, of course. If the world's doing okay, then nobody's going to want to listen to TFD.
That's a
when
good
the world,
point.
when the world's
Yeah.
on fire that people need us the most.
So you're doing marketing for the band. That makes sense.
That is true. That is true. Although I I'm not endorsing torching things in the world. I like
we should
I
have
like
a
the
disclaimer
world.
on that.
I'm just
Don't
gonna let
burn
it,
shit, please.
I'm going to let it blow up by itself. Please don't do anything to hasten that,
Right,
because we still have gigs to play. So
It's a good idea.
yeah.
Now, what would you find more grinding, your everyday job or your music?
The everyday job is, of course, hated by all. So yeah, that is the worst kind of grind, actually. But TFD shows wear you down physically, but recharge you mentally.
Nice.
So far more energy at the end of a TFD show than I have at the end of a work day. Nobody wants to work, man. Come on.
Yeah.
It's true. It doesn't matter what your job is.
No.
It's still a
It's
job.
still a job, so forget
Still
about
call
it.
it work.
What makes you nervous?
A lot of stuff makes me nervous. Politics makes me nervous. Just politics, really.
Yeah.
And the idea that a bunch of rich guys are in charge of everything and making decisions on my behalf that I don't agree with, that makes me nervous. Everything else I can deal with, but I have no control over that. So, TFD stands firmly against fascism, sexism, homophobia, racism, and anything that the establishment decides they can use to try to control people. We're firmly against that. And, what was the question?
What makes you nervous?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing makes me nervous, really. That's what medication's for.
On another more serious note, what's your favorite cereal and why?
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
It's deep.
It's a good thing you asked me that, because I just destroyed a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch yesterday.
Nice.
That is a killer cereal. But I would have to say my all-time favorite cereal, I don't know. I got to go with Fruity Pebbles. Because the slosh at the bottom, when it's, the half the bowl is done, but there's still a bunch of milk in there, and it's just sugary colored slosh that looks like, something awful, like a rainbow vomited or something.
Yeah.
That's the best taste in the world. You can't beat it.
Nice.
That's my opinion.
All right. Well, I guess the most important question for you is, are you honored to appear on Metal Rules TV?
Without
and
a
why?
doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, you guys have had a stellar lineup of people, interviewed, such as, tell me. I'm not sure.
Mega Dan.
Mega Dan, too
Wait,
low.
Mega Dan?
I mean,
Perez?
I'm honored to even be in the same room as Mega Dan. So,
Rumpelstiltskin Grinder.
yeah, those guys are all right.
Hate Eternal?
Eternal.
Yeah, those guys are all right.
Incantation?
Faith or Fear.
Now you're talking about bands that are better than me, so I can't even begin to answer that right now. I feel like I'm sitting on a golden couch. My ass is swaddled in golden comfort.
You should feel that way.
Yes.
And I guess this is your chance. You can plug anything you'd like to.
You want people to come to your studio and give you money.
Absolutely. MarketZeroMusic.com is my studio. It's a private studio by invitation only. You can get an invitation by emailing me. Go to MarketZeroMusic.com. Total Fucking Destruction, featuring Richard Hoke on drums, myself on guitar, and Ryan Mole of Rumpelstiltskin Grinder on bass. We have new songs coming out soon, so stay tuned. TotalFuckingDestruction.com. And as always, Metal rules. Listen to these guys.
Do it.
They do in fact rule and are metal, so it's quite fitting. And of course, Old Head buy this record on At War with False Noise Records, Scottish label that is awesome. Everybody loves Scotland. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. And this is Scottish. Well, it's American, but it's from Scotland. Buy it.
Does it come with haggis?
No, I can come to your house and deliver haggis in person in a kilt.
Nice.
If you'd like.
You don't get that offer every day.
No, not at all.
Well, it's going to cost you.
Well, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Dan.
having me.
Would you like to stay for our news segments?
Absolutely.
All right, great.
Rock and roll.
Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.